Hello and welcome. I'm Roisin Campbell from Rainbow Lighthouse. Welcome to 2022 and our next level of integration of our fifth dimensional self. As we enter the full moon in Cancer on the 17th of January, Cancer, ruled by the moon, the energy of the mother. I draw your attention to Mother Earth and what she is going through now in this reset and this healing that began profoundly in 2019. We as five-dimensional beings moving through the energy fields of our lower third dimensional self and the growing up, the maturity, the birthing into the lighter energies. This great change that has been happening within us, around us, above us and below us is continuing, becoming faster, lighter. Many of us light workers and awakened beings will be feeling dizzy, feeling out of sorts, more spaced out, not feeling present in the body, may feel we don't have the control, not so much in the past or in the present, but we're not feeling even maybe a belonging because we're feeling so open, so light, so ethereal that it can be almost scary to the ego part of the third dimensional self. But in the fifth dimension, we don't need so much the ego. We don't need to know where we are going. It's more like a cooperation of the energies, a blending and a moment. It's a unity, a love, a balance, and a new way of becoming stable without needing to hold on to thoughts or needing to run to thoughts. A groundedness, a steadiness, a balance in a new way. So as we move or elevate or rise or growing out of the ground that we have been rooted to, we have been penetrated by the light and the downloads of the light codes as Mother Earth goes deeper and deeper into the purification of the lower levels of structure. So 3D is about fear, conflict, anger, distrust, suffering, pain, jealousy, limitations. It's living in a lower perception, trapped in a space of disconnectedness, and that's what we have been peeling back, breaking through, cleansing, clearing, cleaning to reveal our diamond light, our jewel of who we are. It's not that something new is happening to us, it's we are recovering the part of us that is feeling new, but it's actually who we truly are. And it's like a rediscovery and learning to be that self because it's unknown. And that is the growth of who we are and who we are becoming as spiritual evolved beings. Some of us may not be able to enter the fifth dimension because we've come in for different lessons of struggle, suffering, and we have to learn in that. But if you are listening to this transmission at this present time, you are an elevated consciousness. You have worked through the third dimension of many thousands of years of the Piscean age of the suffering, And you're now being asked to enter into the fifth dimensional self of more ease, more openness. And when you understand the fifth dimensional self is the disconnection of the fear, of the media and how it sells itself to you, of the establishments and the powers of be that make the rules. The fifth dimensional person has not got a reaction to that. The fifth dimensional person has allowed the rules and the fear and the conflict to make them grow more inside about their own preciousness, their own sacredness, and their own voice, their own truth, their own identity, to be who they want to be. So fifth dimensional people do not go into reaction and conflict, but go into a deeper sense of self and then shift their consciousness so that their third D elevates higher and higher. It's a beautiful birthing of the self. It's a letting go, a dying to become more without having more outside, without having more in the mind. It's about not knowing more or needing more, but becoming more because we don't need any more. So that is the abundance. The abundance is letting go of what I collected to lessen the load within my being and to arrive in a new space of self that is more full for knowing that I know that I don't need what I used to have. So it's the knowing that is the fullness, and that fullness creates an abundance of essence, of awareness, that then allows the new dimensional self to receive in a new way. It is a releasing of energy of lack. So as you sit listening to the transmission, I want you for a moment to connect with the self that you are becoming. As you let go of fear, doubt, suspicion, and see everything that comes to you and everyone that comes to you. Allow yourself to connect with the message of light in it, the message of unity in it, the message of compassion. So imagine an anger situation comes to you. How can you connect with the compassion of that? This is the 5D. You don't see the anger, but you see what the anger needs to help it. Do you understand? That's how we have to be more aware of how we need to enter our new dimensional self. I feel it'll take us between 8 years to fully enter this self, and as we go, the journey will be beautiful. And the more like minds and people that come together and pull it up more, we're the gardeners that are pulling up the old roots to grow into new roots. It's almost like cloning the flowers, but the flowers are never the original flower because they are becoming something much more lighter, much more freer, but still look the same. So this energy of ease is flowing into us, and it will slow us down inside, even though the quickening is becoming so magnificent outside. The energy of this franticness of the 3D dimension, this anxiety and fear, how we work, how we live, is leaving us, and we are becoming more present beings together, acknowledging more and honoring each other. We will not have to learn so much about who I am as a spiritual being. We will be becoming more of accepting and then trusting and then being more of the being. The learning actually is complete. It's now living what you have been working through and reaping the benefits of that. And in your space of awareness and this new stability of balance and ease with the self, the rebuild after the storm, your energy field will affect those that are still wanting to stay in the 3D. You no longer can go there. You will be dragged in at certain times when you lose your awareness, but that's a part of the growing. Do not judge yourself, because that is a part of growing. You have to learn the new way by your experiences. And then you catch yourself thinking, oh, I got caught there, and I'll be more aware the next time. That's called growth. Congratulate yourself when that happens. But your essence will transform the people around you at a higher, quicker pace. You will see the picture quicker. You will hear the dynamics quicker. And you will be able to be more present without being reactive. There's amazing healing happening. Profound healings as these light codes, this light essence quickens through the earth's core, shaking the earth, cleansing the earth. The earth mother, she is going to go through major transformations. There may be also battles within her, and there will be breakthroughs, breakdowns, as the earth calls back and calls up her new fifth dimensional self. On a human level, there may be wars. There will be many, many major events. If you see them as a disaster, you are still in the 3D. If you see them as a progress of the growing of who we are and the planet, then you will be at ease and be more peaceful, be more prepared to cope with it. So when we move through the three-dimensional self, as we all are doing and have been doing in the last 2 years profoundly, we are really tipping in here to the fifth dimension. And by 2024, 26, so many countries will have changed their perspective, especially China. A big wake-up call is coming there. And our belief systems and our Christ consciousness in a new way, religion will be one. The spirit will be the one essence that the hearts will be attuned to, and the minds and the body will be playing catch up. I feel between 40 and 45% of human beings in the year 2027 will be really progressed as higher elevated galactic beings of harmony, and the world will change so much because of this. Many people, the light bulb will come on. The body is growing through the night. So a fifth dimensional person cannot connect with the three-dimensional ways. The plannings, the calendars, the time, the watch, all that is all three-dimension. There has to be more freedom, more peace, more stillness, more at ease, more beingness, more nature, the right foods, the right people, what you're listening to, what you're seeing, what you're thinking, what you're reading. It's all changing. Do not be afraid to allow your fifth dimensional self to show you the new ways. It can feel unknowing and Then the ego in the third dimensional self gets afraid because it needs the familiar to know who it is. But you do not want to be the person that you were. It's the person you're becoming that you want to be. You want to let go of the struggle of the past, and you are. It's not actually, if you're listening to this, it's not a question of when's it happening. It is happening, and you are feeling it, and you're a part of it. So, to carry yourself forward, it's to know about the frequencies. It's to know about how the body's feeling. It's to know about how the light is affecting you. And it's to be more aware of your energy field, your presence, where you're putting it, what you're listening to, what you're doing, and really start to get the benefits of your fifth dimensional self. And the most important benefit is the ease of knowing you don't need anything. You're becoming more at ease with yourself because you are becoming the self that you are meant to be. So in the year of 2022 and the cycle it adds to 6, it is the year of rebuilding. It's change, speed, but on the outside, it's a steadiness, it's a stability, it's all that grounding that's coming in. But there's a bigger gap between the dimensions, between third and fifth. So the third dimensional people, you will be slowly moving away from the third dimensional structure of regulations, rules, fear, media. You'll move away from that because it's not needed anymore because you've grown. And when the tree flourishes, it needs nothing only to blossom, and we're blossoming. So into this higher self, and it's not a thinking anymore, it is a being, this self. And being with others in harmony and a softness, a compassion, a truth. And with the energies of Jupiter coming through this whole year in the parts of our chart of the Piscean energy, find where Pisces is in your chart and see where you are going to learn so much knowledge, so much about the self, where you are becoming more present in your life of the higher learning of the Christ consciousness that you are. The mystical, the dream state is becoming more of the being state. The mystery that you are is revealing more of itself. So you're deepening your inner connection and you're becoming more of your true divineness. So remember, it is the structure of your body's changing. How you eat, your taste, your senses, your hearing, everything is being heightened. You need more space, more stillness, more time for you, more earth energies, more water flowing, more wind blowing. You need all these elements because you're becoming more like them. You're becoming more fluid, more free, more elemental than mental. And that's really the refinement of the jewel that you are. The diamond is being cut out, shaped as its rays start to break free. It's illumination. And remember, it's very difficult to hide the light. The light has to penetrate. It has to flow, move, waves, frequencies. It's a movement, it's a flow. You have to become more of that, but in a sense of stillness as you are also vibrating at the same time. So your physical psyche is becoming more still as your spiritual psyche is becoming more fluid, more flowing, more dazzling, more radiating. So 2022 is showing us where we are going, where we have been, what we have done, and how we will live it will be how we react to the new way. You can't bring the old self into the new self. It will not work. But you can bring the 5D energies into 3D situations and transform them. The 3D is no longer needed for you to grow. You already are in the moment, growing into your new self. So, thank you for listening. And I welcome you to join my New Earth meditations, moving us through this 3-dimensional self into our 5th-dimensional self. Join me on my online live meditations on Tuesday evenings, 90 minutes of spiritual conversations, spiritual awakenings, and beingness with like-minded, open-hearted beings of 5th-dimensional energy, to live in this new way of abundance of self, feeling, experiencing, and knowing the difference, your inner magic, your divine light. Thank you, everyone. I am Lucian Campbell of Rainbow Lighthouse.